LinkedIn has 35 million members in India. It's the second largest market for LinkedIn globally and fast growing. Ever since we have seen our platform move to a mobile-first environment late last year, we've seen tremendous increase in engagement of that member base on LinkedIn. We've seen 80% increase in viral shares and viral actions. We've seen 40% increase in member shares and daily shares. And we've seen 150% increase in traffic to third-party publishers. So where we're seeing our ability to make an impact is that we are the world's largest professional network, and people come to the network to become more productive and successful. So what that means is that if we can actually work with brands and publishers, provide relevant content to the right audiences, that allows them to make the right buying decisions or career decisions, we can be highly impactful. What that means is that we are not a traditional type of advertising business or a traditional media advertising house. What we really are focused on is content marketing. And that's where we want to spend our time really educating the market and actually working with brands to create quality, relevant content for our members to be even more engaged with. So we're seeing more and more members starting to follow companies on LinkedIn because they want to be able to get content from those brands and companies to help them make decisions around their careers and also purchase decisions. On average, for example, in the financial services industry, a member, specifically millennials, follow about 2 to 3 companies to get their information about what's happening in terms of trends in the industry. So where we're focused is allowing brands to create what we call company pages where they can actually, for free, create their presence on LinkedIn as a company where they can disseminate organic content to people who follow their pages. And so that content will then show up in the feed of someone following them. And that's really supporting the member experience that they will only get content from companies that they follow. However, there are also brands that have relevant content for specific target audiences, affluent millennials, SMB owners, financial service, people with interest in the finance industry. Companies can also do sponsored content into those feeds. So those are the 2 ways that we actually approach content, which is organic content to followers through the company page, as well as sponsored content into the feed for targeted audiences. Startups and entrepreneurs can really work with LinkedIn in 4 ways. They can use LinkedIn for hiring, which is not just about sourcing great candidates, but also communicating their talent brand on LinkedIn. When you have a startup, you have a unique culture, you want to be able to express that on the platform by sharing videos and content about what it's like to work at that company. It makes it a lot easier for startups to be able to attract the best talent in their industry, and without having the big sourcing budgets that some of the larger vendors do, or if they cannot have competitive salaries, for example. The second area that they can work is really work with LinkedIn to drive marketing for their solutions, and that can be done through sponsored content using targeted emails, but also dynamic ads. And that allows them to reach a quality audience and really with content as the premise so that they can support the buying decision. The third way is to help startups sell and drive business development to build leads. So through a product called Sales Navigator, they can really go out there and identify people in the right companies and target them so that, because it's no longer the world of cold calls, warm introductions, and using the network effect is really the way to build a business. And the final way is around how they work. And there's 2 ways to do that. One is we recently acquired a company called Lynda that provides learning solutions. And so as you're looking at skills and development of your employees and really allowing people to become more productive and successful, they can adopt some of the learning modules on Lynda. What we have done, however, is Q4 of last year, we've moved to a mobile-first strategy where the actual application is a lot more usable and readable in the mobile context. We're a 13-year-old company. When the platform was first built, it was not built with mobile in mind. Now it is. As a result of this, we've been taking advantage of the digital disruption by actually having our mobile moment hit globally in Q1 of 2016, where more people, more members on LinkedIn are accessing LinkedIn from the mobile versus on the desktop. One important point is that India hit its mobile moment for LinkedIn well before the global time. So the country is incredibly active, but the fundamentals of engaging members with content that is relevant to their use case to make them more productive and successful does not change, whether it be on mobile or browser.